We are on day 27 of the February live video series. I'm your girl Alexis here, your life coach here at Prospering in Singleness. And guys, we only have one more day in this month. I cannot believe it. But look, you guys are with me, okay? I'm traveling and you guys are hanging out with me, okay, on my travels. So we still want to continue with this live video series. And we're going to jump on in for today. Guys, today we're talking about 6 common red flags to watch out for in your relationships as you are dating, as you're getting to know maybe a significant other, someone who may has the potential. It's important to know what some common red flags are to beware of. And for those of you who don't know, red flags are just warning signs that are sent your way to indicate like a potential danger in the future. So anything that is going to show you any type of danger that's going to come, any type of toxicity that could be lying in a person that you may not see. These are your red flags. These are things you want to, pay close attention to. And these red flags, I believe they're just warnings and just the grace and the mercy of God for us to be able to see them in the nick of time. Every time, even in the scripture, before there was destruction, before God was about to do anything, he always sent a word of warning. There was always a warning. And so just like with relationships, because it's God's will that we prosper in our relationships, that we have healthy and productive and successful relationships, he's going to send you some red flags. He's going to send you some warnings before destruction comes. All right. So it's important that we take heed to warnings because they save us time, emotional energy, and they protect your heart at the end of the day. So let's get into this. Numero uno, a lack of respect for boundaries. So this is when someone, your potential partner is consistently pushing you to go beyond your limits or your boundaries, someone who does not accept no for an answer, someone who does not respect your standards or your boundaries or the convictions that you have in life, right? So if someone, for example, that may look like someone saying, "Hey, we can have sex. It's okay." Or someone trying to push you into doing something that you're not when you are abstaining until marriage. So this is something you really want to look out for. If somebody is pressuring you to have sex with them before you get married, that is the one of the largest red flags right there. So be on the lookout for that and just be mindful of that. Okay. If they can't wait, if they trying to pressure you, hmm, is this the person you really want to be with? Granted. So I just think it's important when you have that standard. That's why you have to be equally yoked. It's important to be equally yoked with someone who's of the same mind as you, because if they not, all right, they're gonna be wanting it. So it's important that you are with someone of like faith, someone who has similar convictions as you as well. All right. Also, I'm looking at my notes, guys. So also some other like just common phrases would be, "Oh, come on, just do it. You can do this. Come on. You can I don't see what the big issue is. Ain't no big deal about that. You can do this or whatever this may be. May not be sex. It could be something else or just pressuring you to do something that is against your personal standards or your personal convictions, right? So be mindful of that. A partner who just continues to pressure you, um, I said that's something you need to look out for. Numero dos, dishonesty and lack of transparency. So when someone is consistently or they're lying or withholding information, important, pertinent information. All right. Not just any information, but I'm talking, you ain't got to know their whole life story. It's things, even when you get married, you're going to be finding out about your spouse that you didn't know prior to marrying them. But when somebody is just flat out dishonest, they lying about details that could, make or break that relationship. That could be basically what you're waiting on to make a well-informed decision. Because like I said in the video yesterday about dating is to collect your data, right? It's to date with the intention, but you collecting data all along. But if you with somebody who is withholding information, who is lacking transparency, or, well, I told you, yeah, but you just probably didn't remember. Oh, well, that's not how I remembered it to be. But, just constantly lying, big red flag. All right. Número tres, controlling behavior. So, another big red flag is someone who is very controlling, someone who is constantly dictating to you what you can and what you cannot do, who you can be with, who you cannot be with, who you spend your time with, or just trying to control every aspect of your life and how you act, what you say, how you speak. That's a big red flag. Okay. And so, some common phrases like for controlling behavior would be like, oh, you don't need to hang out with them. They're not good for you. Or you're spending too much time with your friends. Like, don't they know we're together? Red flag. I don't like it when you wear that. I don't, no, I don't like that for you. Big red flags, okay? Someone who is, and this kind of behavior is coming from a negative place. It's coming from a very negative and a toxic place. And so this is a good indication of where you're going to be going in your relationship. So if it's happening before you get together or while you're in a relationship or working your way towards marriage, you can see how your marriage is going to end up. Hi Ayush, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number 4, red flag número cuatro, lack of emotional maturity. So, someone who is unable to control their emotions, someone who does not know how to emotionally regulate, someone who is constantly flying off the handle, someone who is always angry, always in their feelings. They lack just control. They don't know how to handle tough situations. They don't understand how to really handle and deal with conflict in a healthy manner. That's someone that is emotionally immature, and that's another red flag. Right? Because you have to think about it. In marriage, you're going to have a lot of high stressful, high joys. Welcome, welcome. In marriage, you're going to have a lot of situations to occur. You're going to have a lot of outside influences trying to impact your marriage, trying to impact your spouse. And so you want to make sure that person is grounded, that person is sound, that they're not easily moved and bothered by just any old little thing, right? You want someone who has some grit, some emotional, some mental toughness to them. And so, not someone who's just going to crumble under the slightest little thing or the slightest little issue. So that's something to keep in mind is emotional immaturity. If they're showing you signs of emotional immaturity, maybe that's a red flag. All right, number 5, disrespect towards others, including family and friends. If you see this individual who is someone that you're talking to, spending time with, getting to know, someone that you're considering to for marriage, and they are disrespecting, they're very disrespectful to their family, their friends. Let me just tell you, that is a very clear indication of how they're going to treat you. Okay. If they're just saying any and every kind of thing, if they are just showing, a lack of compassion and a lack of kindness towards their own family, baby, they gonna do it with you too. Okay, they gonna do the same with you as well. So keep this in mind and understand that you cannot change a person. You cannot change an individual. It's not your job to change anyone. It's up to that person. They've got to be willing to change, and then it's up to God. Only God can change a person. God can use you to point out things in individuals, but how they are, listen, a good indicator of where they're going is where what their like how their past behavior has been. Like, you got to check out their resume. What are these in their character flaws? I'm not talking about mistakes or flaws, but I'm saying like in their character, right? If they're consistently just being disrespectful, if they're consistently, oh, thank you, Monica. Welcome, sis. I appreciate you. If they are consistently showing you that they don't care about their own people, what makes you think that they're going to care about you or your people, right? Because when you become one, baby, your family will be her family. Your family will be his family. So you guys are going to be one. So you want someone who's going to be a good representative of you both together. And one who's going to demonstrate the fruit of the spirit as well. You need someone who's demonstrating love, joy, peace, long suffering, goodness, meekness, faith, temperance, joy, all these things. This is something that you need, not somebody who's disrespectful, not anyone who has emotional immaturity. You've got to really see the signs right now. That's why it's so important to get your feelings out the way, to get your flesh out the way, to forget about how handsome they are, forget about how cute and how fine they are, but you really have to read people for who they are and get to know them in the spirit. All right. And then number 6, our final red flag will be the refusal to commit or avoidance of serious conversations. So if somebody ain't trying to commit to you, y'all been talking for a while now, and they don't want to even bring up marriage, or they try to avoid the subject, they try to deflect and go elsewhere with the matter. That's another red flag. Okay, if they're not mature enough to handle the conversation, or they don't want to have that conversation with you, perhaps is, I don't know what the case could be. Hey, maybe they don't have you in mind for marriage, or you got to know these things and you have to see those things for what they are straight up from the get-go. Because listen, it be real out here, and if somebody's not serious about you, baby, you will know, and they will show you that. They don't even have to tell you that. They will show you by their actions that they're not really into you, and they don't have true intentions of pursuing something greater with you. So if they're afraid to bring up marriage, or they say things like, oh, I don't know, I'm not sure about the future right now, or let's just take things day by day. Well, we've been taking things we've been going month by month. What you talking about day by day? Like, y'all, we've been talking for months now. So you talk about some, let's just take it day by, what else have we been doing? We've been day by day, month by month, year by year. I know people who have been in relationships for years and won't talk about marriage. Like, day by day, Joker, year by year. What? Come on now. Yes, that's right, Coach Monica. Flag on you, playing with my heart. That's right. So we not no 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 no. We ain't got time for that. You don't have time for that. We are living in the end days, y'all. We've got to be about our Father's business. We cannot be wasting our time with people who ain't serious about moving forward in relationships. People who very hesitant, people who fearful. No, you ain't got time. You got too much to do in the kingdom for that. So keep these things in mind. If they're avoiding those serious conversations, the conversations that need to be had, then that's another clear indicator. Now, I want to address, how do you address red flags? Okay. So when you notice these things about people, one thing I want to say is just go with your gut. Trust your instincts. What you saw what you saw. Okay. And you have to trust your gut that God was leading you and showing and revealing these things to you. So as God is revealing these things to you, you have to ask him and pray, seek the wisdom of the Lord on how to handle this situation. Because depending on how toxic the situation already is, or how deep you're already into that thing, hey, I'm not a fan of ghosting people. I'm not. I believe that, hey, everybody needs a clear evaluation, like an exit exam or an exit interview when you're leaving a job, letting them know, why you're leaving and your thoughts about the company. I believe you ought to do that in your relationships as well. Hey, let the folks know, hey, I'm out of this because you have consistently shown me, you've consistently been, egotistical. You've consistently have shown forth, brought forth this emotional immaturity, and I'm not going to be able to deal with that. Or they've consistently been toxic or controlling, and you just got to let them, hey, I'm not going to deal with that. Now, if the situation is bad, if it's abusive, or hey, you just got to get up out of there. You have to do what's best for you. You have to make sure your safety, you keep your safety, your physical safety in mind. For some people, because I know some individuals who might have been in very deep. So you have to ask for the wisdom of God. Keep an open conversation about this person. Let them know, hey, I appreciate, this time getting to know you. But however, I'm gonna have to end this friendship. And I think it's fair to let people know why, and they should be understanding of that. And if not, well, you just pray for them and keep it moving. But when you see these signs, y'all, I'm telling you, do not ignore them. These are God's measures of protection for your life. Do not, and if you are in a very toxic or even an abusive relationship, it's important that you seek help, that you get the help that you need. Because nobody is worth you losing out on your destiny for. Nobody, I don't care who it is. It's so important that you become all that you have been called to be, that you do fulfill the will of God for your life. And so that means you've got to take heed to these red flags. And if you see them, make sure you recognize them, you pray, seek God, ask God, what is my plan? What we need to do? How do we need to handle this? And God will give you the wisdom on how to do that, right? Hey, this relationship is not good for my mental or my emotional well-being. Like, us talking right now is just not doing me good. I am not, I'm not I'm not thriving in this, or whatever you need to say. Y'all, I'm telling you. But these were just six, you guys. I got to get going. Y'all know I'm traveling right now, but I pray this blessed you. Please take heed. Make sure you pray, seek the Lord. And if you have any more red flags, please, or any things that people would say or have told you or that you've heard others say, drop them in the comment below. I want to hear, okay? Because these are not just the only red flags, baby. It's a lot out here, but those were just six, okay? So I pray you guys have a wonderful day. If you are not already registered for the weekly webinar for singles, make sure you do so. I will post the link. It will be this Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join our community of singles. We are striving, we are moving forward, and we are thriving and prospering in singleness. And I want you to do the same. All right. Love you guys and see you tomorrow. Bye.